A warm welcome to you all. Without further delay, we are pleased to introduce your new manager.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to FIFA 23, where Wayne Buck has just taken over management of Mansfield Town. Mansfield Town, or the Stags as they are commonly referred to, are a team that compete in the fourth tier of the English Football League, which is referred to as League 2, for those that don't know. So in this series, we're going to be taking on purely a management role. We're not going to be playing any games. We're going to do our best to control the team off the pitch and hope that they can apply the best that we can teach them on the pitch and get us as high as possible. Our goal is to get from a League 2 manager all the way up to a Champions League manager. Now, hopefully that can be with Mansfield Town, but it may not be. That's part of the journey. We have to wait and see. Couple of rules for this series. There are training drills within this game. I will only be attempting each training drill once per season, meaning that whatever rating that we achieve in that season is what we are going to have to stick with. The next rule is that any signings that we do make are going to have a release clause in their contract. Hopefully that can add a little bit of pressure if our star performer suddenly gets taken away by a team in a higher division and we physically do not have the power to stop them unless we can offer them a much more lucrative contract, which we may or may not be able to do depending on the budget. This is also going to apply to any renewed contracts, so players that are there existing, particularly any exciting youth prospects. They're going to have a release clause in their contract, meaning that we don't have that guaranteed safety. So the first order of business has to be to look at the current formation. It's currently a 4-3-3 holding, which personally I'm not a fan of. I much prefer a wider formation to allow for wing play, so we're going to switch that up. I'm also not convinced that we've got our best starting 11 out. There's a couple of players in there that I know we've got better players in the subs and reserves, so we're going to swap that around now, and this is going to be my starting lineup. So, as you can see, we've swapped from that 4-3-3 to my preferred formation, which is a 4-1-3-2. I think it gives us a little bit more width and much more attacking down the wings, which is my preferred style of play. A couple of positions that I think we do need to improve on is going to be the right midfield. Bowery, 59, doesn't look up to scratch. I'd quite like to get another centre-back who's a little bit higher. A centre-attacking midfielder would be preferred, and also I'd quite like to improve on the goalkeeping position. Pim is actually on loan, and I don't think he's a particularly good keeper for this league. And here I've just provided an example of the training results. So, moving on to the first transfer event of the season, and it is actually an outgoing. Jason Law, who's, I think he was 59 rated overall, not going to break into the team, so it's better to get him off the books and have those funds to bring better players into the squad. He joins Rochdale in a £190,000 deal, and we move into the first pre-season game of the season, where we're playing Accrington. The first highlight comes 5 minutes in with Johnson overlapping on the right side, plays a great ball through to Oates, and his shot is unfortunately saved. The next highlight is a little bit less inspiring, where after a short corner, the ball comes into the box, Oates goes up for it, lands awkwardly, and unfortunately does sustain an injury, which means his pre-season is over. But this is a chance for Johnson to prove his worth. More heartbreak, I'm afraid, in the 27th minute, where Accrington just take advantage of sloppy defending and goalkeeping and score an easy goal on the keeper's near post. This highlights that need for a better defender and goalkeeper. 30th minute comes along, the next highlight, Boateng has a really good run down the left wing. Looks confident, doesn't look like he's going to lose the ball, manages to link up with Clark, who's in the box. Clark then sees the run of Keylor Dunn, gets the ball to him, nice bit of play, but cannot get it in the net. Denied once again. Continuing to target that left-hand side in the 38th minute, where McLaughlin has a really good run. It's capitalised with quite a poor cross, but we're quite fortunate in how the ball drops. McLaughlin gets another chance. Link-up play with Johnson and Clark. The ball finally gets through to Keylor Dunn, who has a great turn and gets it in the goal. 1-1, game on. Coming down the right-hand side, this time with Johnson linking up again with Keylor Dunn and Clark, who shoots. It's saved. Boateng puts it away. 2-1 to the Stags. So this tackle on Bowery resulted in a yellow card. Let me know in the comments, red or yellow. 69th minute, Keylor Dunn finds himself in space and with backup in the form of Reed, who plays a beautiful ball through to Johnson, who's in space. He shoots, he scores, it's beautiful. 3-1 to the Stags. A nervous moment in the 79th minute with Worley breaking through, shooting, and Pym comes up with the goods. The full-time whistle goes and Buck's managerial debut ends in victory, with Keylor Dunn, Boateng and Johnson being the goal scorers.